So what is up, YouTube? Out here, and it's a great day today. Working on the Civic. I mean, it's basically done in quotation marks. Got a battery charger hooked up because I've been trying to crank it. We're not getting fuel or spark, and I'm starting to think it is the ECU. I'm not 100% sure on that. I swapped out the ECU with my dad's CRV. He has an automatic CRV, and I got a manual transmission CRV computer in there. With his, the fuel would come, spark would go. Well, I don't know about spark on his actually, but I know it would get fuel, but it still wasn't firing up. But I've plugged in a little bit more sensors since then, and yeah, we're still not getting anything. I'm not 100% sure, but I figured I'd update you guys. It's been a while. I got a little busy. A whole lot of stuff going on, life. But I've got the radiator, the fans, I'm not sure what I had done last, but I've got a coolant reservoir. All the hoses are done. I had to actually take off the intake and trim it down because this one is it's a knockoff, eBay knockoff, but it's the same thing as the other ones. Just that was in the way of that. If I'd have had the factory housing, it would have been fine. But yeah, still trying to figure it out. I'm honestly at a point now where I really am waiting on parts because I guess I'm waiting for my dad to get home. I'm gonna take his computer back out of his car and slap it back in this. We'll see what we get, but there's really not much more we can do. Just waiting on parts. I mean, but that's something else I didn't have done. I have all the tires on, so it's sitting on its own four wheels. Transmission, everything's got oil in it now. Just don't have coolant in it. I need to put coolant in it, but I've kind of held off on it for some reason. I don't know why. But that tire's got the only one with the hubcap, and it's all muddy right now. But yeah, she's almost ready, but I'm having to figure out the spark issue, the fuel and spark issue. I was able to get fuel whenever I put my dad's computer in there, so that's what makes me think my computer might be bad. I'm also possibly the crank position sensor, but I don't think so because it's brand new, and it is a OEM RSX one. I really don't know. I mean, stick the key in it. I've checked all the check engine codes. All of them are, really none of them have to do with spark or fuel. They all have to do with something else. And a lot of them are just because of the computer that I have instead of sensors and stuff. So, I would crank it, but I know it's not going to do anything, but I'll go ahead and crank it for y'all. And I have checked compression, and this thing has like really good compression. It has more compression than our Dodge Ram truck we have. Our Ram truck's, she's a little tired, but this thing's but it runs. So this thing had more compression. Dodge Ram. There's the fuel pump back there. It's actually got a new one in there. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's left I can do. I gotta check sensors. I'm probably gonna pull the harness off and maybe see if any wires maybe chewed up on there, but it's brand new harness. I'm gonna bet that it's the computer. I wish I had another CRV computer or I wish I had an RSX computer, but they're a little more expensive. The CRV ones work. I actually got a manual transmission all-wheel drive CRV computer, so because I was actually thinking about doing all-wheel drive for a little while. I'm not sure if the all-wheel drive system would cause the car not to run, but I don't see why it would. But then again, you never know. I mean, heck, that might be my issue. I might do some research on that, but I just I don't think that's my issue. But if you want, you can leave a comment if you've ever done a K-swap. I'm honestly not really experienced with Hondas. I mean, not when I say not experienced, I mean the brand. I just don't typically buy the Honda cars. And I got this one and decided, hey, let's K-swap it. So, this is probably my third Honda I've owned, and the first two, I just got them running, and it was stock. Everything was stock, so it wasn't. I didn't ever have electrical issues. It was like one I had a timing belt, a bad timing belt. Put a timing belt on it. When I got this car, it ran and drove. It had the D17 in it, and the head gasket was bad. I put a new head gasket on it, and it ran and drove. And I pulled everything out of it. For some reason, I decided, hey, let's drop all the money in the world in it. But here we are. But yeah, I'm open up to suggestions, and you comment any ideas. I have no clue if the all-wheel drive system would keep this thing from firing, but it wouldn't make sense. But I'm not sure how Honda's electrical system works. But I think I've got 4 grounds, and I don't have like little small wiring. I've got like the big stuff. Hold up, let me show y'all. I mean, this ain't really thin grounds, and I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, and then I got the factory ground back here. So, well, my crank sensor ain't plugged up right now. I was checking the power to it, but I've got I was able to get fuel. I'm still having to wait on the idle air control valve. I got a bracket coming in, and I got to bolt it up and bolt the idle air control valve that's sitting in the car right now, so I can hook those vacuum lines up to it. But here we are, waiting on parts. That just seems to be everything now. And yes, the car is covered in mud. But yeah, if y'all want to leave a comment, suggestions, I really plan on, when I get this thing fired up, whenever I have a feeling it is going to fire, because instead of cranking it right before I put a part on it before cranking it, I'll check voltage to the fuel pump, and I'll check to see if it's getting sparked. And if it is, I will definitely do a first time firing this thing up, because I am ready to hear what this thing sounds like. Man, it has been one heck of a journey, and it's probably going to be pretty loud, because let's see if I can get y'all to it ain't really, the exhaust cuts off right there, so it's going to be pretty loud. It's going to sound like crap though. No, but I've got the exhaust sitting over there. I just haven't put it up under the car yet. But yeah, I'm really hoping I can get this thing started soon. I'm ready to get to driving it. It's starting to get chillier outside, so I won't necessarily need the AC. So that's going to be great. But thank y'all for watching. Like and subscribe, and just comment down below something else you'd like to see me do to the car. Y'all have a good one.